Is this person one of the most influential people in America? I knew if I went and I gave interviews on the red carpet.
Hollywood just dragged Blake Lively through the mud once again after her latest desperate PR stunt.
Really? The titan Blake Lively is now trying to convince us that she is a victim because her mother was.
At the 2025 Time 100 Gala, Blake shamelessly repackaged her own mother's trauma into a spectacle, humiliating herself and anyone still pretending to applaud.
Oh, Blake Lively. What? They talk about how stunning they look. Nothing else. I don't know what happened to TMZ. Maybe they're scared of being dragged into this lawsuit.
Meanwhile, Ryan Reynolds was left hiding in plain sight, watching their glittering but hollow empire collapse in real time.
Really clicked, and it clicked in every part of my life.
Blake genuinely seemed to believe she was Harriet Tubman reincarnated. Never in my life have I seen someone strut around so proudly, as if a hair flip and a cupcake had freed the slaves.
There's a lot of controversy right now with Blake being on the Time 100 list.
It's a ridiculous joke. She shouldn't be there. She has no influence over anything. I think she launched a fake Me Too allegation against him. And
She floated across that carpet beaming ear to ear, dressed like she had single-handedly ended systemic racism. And as if the delusion wasn't bad enough, Time Magazine dared to wedge Blake between Serena Williams and Simone Biles.
He's going to claim in court that she had all these damages and trauma, but she's totally fine going on red carpets.
Two living legends who shattered records, fought discrimination, and embodied real struggle. And then there's Blake, the actress who once called a plantation wedding romantic and posed for a faux Cherokee beauty ad. By putting her on that stage, Time didn't just embarrass themselves in April 2025, they torched their credibility forever, just so Plantation Barbie could bask in fake glory.
What? They talk about how stunning they look. Nothing else. I don't know what happened to TMZ. Maybe they're scared of being dragged into this lawsuit and now they're just changing lanes here. So Blake Lively had this speech. Someone recorded it and put it online.
And of course, it didn't end there. Megyn Kelly, never exactly known for sugarcoating, obliterated Blake for exploiting her mother's trauma as a cheap PR stunt. She flat out called it disgusting, accusing Blake of parading private pain like a stage prop for sympathy clicks.
The line here is she used her mom to get sympathy. And posing with her everywhere on the red carpet and sitting next to her, talking about her and her supportive husband. It was just like, we're not buying it.
Kelly didn't flinch either. She said what everyone else was whispering. Real survivors don't parade their family's scars like glittery accessories. The roast was so brutal, you could feel it through the screen. Not even Wi-Fi lag could cushion the blow to Blake's dignity.
Interestingly enough, Megyn Kelly was there and she was interviewed about Blake Lively and she was like, this is a ridiculous honor. So Daily Mail interviewed her and she said this.
I'm definitely hoping for some sort of a selfie in the distance with both Blake Lively and Meghan Markle since they provided me with so many hours of content.
Meanwhile, Ryan Reynolds tried to keep his mask on, but the cracks were obvious. Mr. I joke through everything snapped in real time, unleashing visible anger on the red carpet. The perfect smiling couple facade shattered, and Ryan looked 2 seconds away from either punching a wall or filing for divorce.
I'll be honest, it does feel odd. It feels forced where he's out there being presented as, oh yeah, we got to put you out there. We got to be the man of the people. Everyone loves Ryan Reynolds, Deadpool. But there's just something missing.
Ironically, it was the first authentic moment either of them had displayed in years. Hollywood insiders were already mocking Blake behind closed doors, but after that red carpet meltdown, the claws came out. They dubbed it her Plantation Barbie Redemption Tour, and trust me, nobody meant it kindly. Her glossy image of fake glam and fake activism is collapsing faster than her publicist can buy bots for Instagram.
Oh my God, I can't believe Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds showed up at the Time 100 Gala last night in New York, pretending like nothing.
And just when you thought Blake couldn't sink lower, enter her Time 100 speech. A tone-deaf train wreck that made viewers want to crawl out of their own skin. She opened with a dramatic trigger warning, tissues at the ready, only to reveal nothing. Instead, she waved around her mother's trauma like a shield while offering zero substance.
Blake Lively brought her mother with her because she was using her story to tell a powerful story about abuse and women and blah, blah.
The whole spectacle played like a bad one-woman show. And conveniently, Time 100 forgot to mention Blake's infamous plantation wedding in 2012, because nothing screams social justice warrior like celebrating your love on the same grounds where actual slaves were buried. It's called taste, Blake. Look it up.
They're just changing lanes here. So Blake Lively had this speech. Someone recorded it and put it online. She talked about how her mother was almost killed by a coworker before she was born. And then her mother heard on the radio another woman talking about how she survived abuse.
Instead of centering the black community she claimed to honor, she turned the entire speech into a Hallmark knockoff starring herself. Proof, once again, that Blake's activism starts and ends at the edge of her own reflection.
She wanted me to share with you that she is a survivor of the worst crime someone can commit against a woman.
Draped in a $25,000 couture gown, Blake preached about survival and resilience while flaunting wealth that her so-called cause could never dream of affording. The hypocrisy was so rich, you could have sliced it, buttered it, and served it at the after-party.
It's not for us to have shame. It's for them.
The audience reactions were the cherry on top. Faces frozen, not in Botox stillness, but in pure secondhand embarrassment. The clapping had all the enthusiasm of a hostage negotiation.
The story didn't make any sense to me.
The woman painfully and graphically shared how she escaped. And because of hearing that woman speak to her experience instead of shutting down in fear and unfair shame, my mom is alive today.
One woman in black even went viral, caught on camera openly cringing through the speech. She looked like every poor soul forced to sit through a drunk wedding toast. Honestly, she deserves a Pulitzer just for channeling what the entire room felt, but couldn't say out loud.
Whatsoever, and I feel like Blake Lively is just desperate to look like a victim, and now she's using her mom to make her look more like a victim. All of us have stories. All of us have mothers with stories, and I feel this was just a PR stunt.
And then came Ryan Reynolds, the long-suffering PR prop, delivering the red carpet moment that said it all. On April 25th, 2025, right in front of the cameras, Ryan flung Blake's massive dress train aside. Not to help her, but just to save himself from tripping.
There's just something missing. It feels awkward. You can also see he's nervous. He feels very nervous. Is he going to get asked a question? At some of these softball places like Time, they clearly aren't. And the question is like, why is he even there at the Time Summit? Was this part of the deal in order to get Blake Lively on the list? Did Leslie Sloan say, and we'll give you Ryan for your creative summit live in person?
Wasn't subtle either. No gallantry, no performance, just pure survival mode. Arguably the most authentic thing he's done since he started cosplaying as Mr. Perfect Husband.
We change it. Just as our fellow Time 100 honoree, the incredible Giselle Pellicot, put it to every woman who understood. It's not for us to have shame. It's for them.
If the cringe levels weren't maxed out, a reporter conveniently yelled, "Blake, we're on your side." Mid-red carpet chaos. Nothing screams authentic support like an obvious planted line straight from Hollywood Reporter's PR playbook. Even Blake looked thrown off, plastering on an awkward smile that said, "Yep, the scam's too obvious, but we're already rolling."
We're here right now with Blake being on the Time 100 list.
It's a ridiculous joke. She shouldn't be there. She has no influence over anyone.
Yeah, so the reporter asked if she was scared of meeting Blake Lively, and she's like, no, I think she's going to be the one avoiding me.
And Ryan's face? Unmistakable. Screenshots showed his eyes firing daggers at Blake like she'd just set his Deadpool suit on fire. This wasn't mild irritation. It was feral rage, the kind of I regret every life decision that brought me here.
There, and I don't know why Ryan Reynolds was doing this speech yesterday that I also talked about. He was interviewed on stage. He was asked questions that he didn't answer, and he was sitting like, when you look at his body language in that interview, he's sitting like this scared little child in that chair.
Lip readers online even swore. Ryan muttered, "What the?" under his breath. And honestly, based on his expression, I believe it. Popcorn Planet's April 2025 breakdown caught it all in glorious slow motion. At that point, Ryan wasn't even pretending to hide the disgust anymore.
I don't know if he did that on purpose to look more like a victim, or if he just felt really uncomfortable sitting there. But there was nothing uncomfortable about Blake Lively posing on the red carpet.
And then came TikTok. Oh, TikTok had a feast. Within hours, Riot Is Over trended like wildfire. Fans who once worshipped him declared the mask had finally slipped. No more PR illusions. No more pretending. Just pure, unfiltered chaos. The internet had spoken. The king and queen of fake wholesomeness were finished.
Two of them posing on the red carpet has been everywhere today, and they look so happy and so...
But just when you thought the circus couldn't get messier, the universe whispered, "Hold my beer." Suddenly, Blake Lively sparked pregnancy rumors at the Time 100 gala, because nothing screams, "Please don't hate me," like rolling out another PR baby.
Was a good idea. I kid you not. This is, again, one of the dumbest PR moves. Just a woman who is in denial, attempting to gaslight the entire world who is witnessing what's actually happening.
Viral. TikTok zoomed in on her noticeably protruding stomach. And I mean noticeably, this wasn't a maybe it's the dress situation. Blake looked ready to announce baby number 4 the moment the booing got too loud. How convenient. Right after the internet torched her plantation cosplay and fake victim speech. Who could have guessed?
Something they reiterate a lot. We disagree, here's why, but worst case scenario, if we lose, we are allowed legally to go make an amendment, and we should at least be doing that.
Strategic pregnancy rumors have officially become Blake's go-to crisis management tool. And the worst part? She's not even original.
It's the same tired script she ran back in 2016 during the Cafe Society backlash, when people realized Blake wasn't just boring, she was offensive.
Remember her LA face with an Oakland booty Instagram disaster? Boom, pregnancy announcement. Fast forward to 2025 and it's deja vu.
Here's Ryan Reynolds giving a pep talk to Blake before she's about to give her speech. Look at how cute they are. Oh, he's such a perfect man. Oh.
Blake probably thinks flashing a baby bump will erase the fact that she tried to hijack the civil rights movement for a glossy magazine moment. Newsflash. The internet has receipts now, and no child can save her from herself. Commentators immediately dragged her for hiding behind motherhood once again, this time to dodge legal scandal.
If her mother, if this is true, because Blake Lively has told a lot of story previously, as we've all found out, that hasn't always been like factually correct.
Being a mom is beautiful, but using it as a human shield for your own shady behavior, not so much. Sympathy is extinct. Comment sections everywhere are rolling their eyes. At this point, Blake could give birth on stage and the audience would still say, "Okay, but about that fake lawsuit, though."
And of course, as always, there was so much word salad in this speech. I didn't quite understand how her mother was saved by a person she heard on the radio. If it saved her that she could get away physically from this man who tried to harm her.
Meanwhile, while Blake tried to manufacture a hallmark moment on the red carpet, Ryan Reynolds delivered his own secondhand embarrassment special at the Time 100 Creative Summit. On April 26, 2025, he shuffled on stage looking like someone had dragged him there at gunpoint.